What is up, and welcome back. I have a horrific recap of some of last week's horror news for you, but first,
I want to play a game.
what is the relationship between Ginger and Bridget in Ginger Snaps? Looking through all my alerts for last week, and it was good to see some Stephen King news. Sunday, November 5th of last week kicked off with a reminder of the best-selling author's soon-to-be-published collection of short stories titled You Like It Darker, which includes a much-anticipated sequel to Cujo. Mixed in with a collection of 11 other short stories, Rattlesnakes will bring back a very familiar Cujo character. An excerpt from the short story is available to read at Entertainment Weekly's website. Monday, November 6th of last week brought with it a FNAF box office update, and though it appears viewership has dropped for Five Nights at Freddy's, the film still managed to pull in almost $115 million at the worldwide box office. I'd guess Five Nights at Freddy's will be over the $200 million mark by my next horrific recap. Also on Monday of last week, even with all the bad news coming from Marvel's Blade movie, it could be comforting for some fans to know that Marvel's Blade will be rated R for US audiences, because of, well, hopefully a lot of blood and gore. So yeah, we have an R-rated Blade to look forward to. Moving on, last Tuesday, November 7th, had more Blumhouse news, with DeWanda Wise making headlines for her next film, Imaginary. DeWanda Wise stars in the upcoming Blumhouse original, serving as the film's executive producer as well. Imaginary will tell the story of a family who move back into mom's childhood home, where the daughter develops a strange attachment to a stuffed toy bear named Chauncey. Expect Imaginary to pop up in theaters next year, on March 8th. Wednesday, November 8th of last week was a good day for Chucky fans. Even though Chucky's third season is on hiatus, that doesn't mean horror's favorite killer doll has taken a vacation from killing. Charles Lee Ray joins the stacked cast of killers for a new chapter of Dead by Daylight, bringing along his Chucky brand of humor as well. Gotta love the added bonus of changing Chucky's look so you can play as Tiffany Valentine too. Chucky joins Dead by Daylight later this month on November 28th. Last week's Thursday, November 9th came with some Fear Street news from Colander that a standalone Fear Street film is in the works. No word though on which Fear Street books might be touched on. Good news too, because if Netflix plays this right, Fear Street could become a stellar franchise. It's already started off with a bang, and there is so much to pull from for new movie ideas. Mike Flanagan's The Fall of the House of Usher continues to top the charts of streaming, taking its place at the top spot on the Nielsen streaming charts, dethroning another great show, Suits. I'm not surprised that Mike Flanagan's latest hit has lit up Suits, and I look forward to his next project, The Life of Chuck. Friday, November 10th was just a few days ago, bringing with it awesome news for those attending Creep.IE-Con next February in Southern California. Matthew Lillard will once again return for the Inland Empire's spookiest event, along with other horror icons like Neve Campbell, Ed Neal, Doug Jones, and more. Tickets for Creep.IE-Con 2024 are available now on their website. Alright, let's take a look back at some of the horror that hit theaters, streaming, and to own last week, starting with It's a Wonderful Night, There's Something in the Barn, Lord of Misrule, Ghosts of the Void, Birth, Rebirth, Where the Devil Roams, The Beast Comes at Midnight, The Loch Ness Horror. The last day for this horrific recap, Saturday, November 11th of last week, I spent watching the official announcement trailer for Terminator the Animated Series. Definitely more sci-fi than it is horror, but who knows, it might have its moments. Terminator the Animated Series is coming soon to Netflix. That's the end of this horrific recap, but before I go,
I want to play a game.
Your question is, what is the relationship between Ginger and Bridget in Ginger Snaps? They are sisters. I'll see you next week.